Hi, I am Kentageon, and this is the third of what is becoming a yearly tradition video on my channel, the 2020 video, where I talk about what happened in 2019, and I talk about what I want to happen in 2020, and all my goals and stuff. Been doing it since the beginning of 2018. This is going to be a kind of long, kind of rambling video, so if that's not your jam, get out. And I will, as always, ask, any New Year's resolutions for you guys? Did you do all the things you wanted to do in 2019? What about 2020? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll reply, because I'm that kind of guy. All right, no more rhyming. 2019. You know, in contrast to 2018, it was, in contrast to any year prior, apart from when I was a child, it was amazing. 2019 was the best year of my adult life, hands down, without a doubt. I am the happiest I've ever been in my adult life. It is so good to be where I am right now. And I'm just so happy that, like, all of the problems of the past are gone. And, of course, life is always full of ups and downs. But, like, it's just, I suppose I didn't anticipate the changes that I made in 2018 to have such a profound impact. I expected things to get better, but, like, as the year went on, as I, learned a little bit more about myself and living alone and taking care of this house and whatnot, I've realized that, like, I made some really good choices. So let's talk about it. I had some goals. Got the new house, made it my own, moved in January, on January 30th last year. It was mine. A few days later, I made that video showing you guys it. And for, like, an entire month I spent just moving in, painting, making it my own, installing that ceiling fan, doing all sorts of stuff. There were endless trips to hardware stores to get all sorts of stuff that, like, I forgot about or I needed, and then trips to IKEA and other places, and just getting every little thing that a house needs. And it's all here now, and it's all done-ish. I mean, there's always more to do. Like I said in that first video when I was about to relaunch the channel, there's still more to do. I still need, like, a little table by my front door so I can put my little weather station on it because it's sitting on the floor still. And I need to hang up my new key hanger because the one that used power strips, or not, what are they called? Command strips, sucks. So I have to actually drill into the studs in the wall and actually hang one up so I can hang up the dog leash and not have it sitting on my couch all the time. But, like, this is little shit. It's all great. It's so amazing. I love it here. The channel relaunch happened, and the channel has been pretty damn good ever since. Now, granted, it didn't grow like I thought it would, and I didn't really think it would. Like, I was conveying a sense of optimism when I talked about it, but I had my doubts, and it actually shrunk, but it seems to have bottomed out and is climbing back up again. Now, that might be because I have been consistently uploading and will continue to do so. It might be because of my streams. It could be because of a lot of factors. And I'm sure the reason it dropped was because all I was putting up was Final Fantasy VI, which I think is fine. It's cool. I don't mind it. Finding a good rhythm to get into has been a bit of a challenge, but all the same, it's been great. No matter where the channel stands, I'm still happy with the fact that I'm doing it, uploading it consistently, and making those of you who are out there at least somewhat happy or filled with mirth at my silly performance. Towards the end of the year, we did Extra Life. I did my first full 24-hour Extra Life, and I think its performance just reflected everything else in the year. It was by far the best year we ever had. $750 raised. I made a whole other video about that. It was great. So yeah, 2019 was fantastic. I'm feeling pretty good. As for the goals, I mentioned several times in my 2019 video, be nicer to myself. I've actually accomplished that. Every time I insult myself, I also check myself, but I don't insult myself nearly as much as before. And I think I need to state more clearly the intent of that goal, because it kind of sounds like hippie BS when I just say, I just be nicer to myself. If I insult myself all the time, it has an effect. Like, it's a subconscious thing. If you're always like, oh, you fucking idiot, like, that has been shown to affect your thought processes. So actively countering that, or realizing, or just, like, saying, like, no, you're not an idiot, you're human, you make mistakes like every other human, it actually improves your cognitive functioning with regards to self-esteem and worth and all that nonsense. And I think I have felt the effects of it. So, cool. Yeah. Build a new computer. I waited for Ryzen 2. I was not disappointed. Yeah, the first attempt didn't go so well because of that microcode or voltage, whatever it was. But second time was a charm, and this thing has been a beast ever since. I never did post a review video. I still have the footage. I haven't deleted it or anything, comparing it to my other computer. I might do something with it. I'm not sure what yet, though. But with the recent Dead Space fix that I implemented on tonight's live stream, yeah, it's that night, it made me think, like, what if I did, like, a core-to-core comparison to the i5? We'll see. I don't know. The fitness goals, I didn't achieve them. I thought I would have my basement gym done a little sooner than I did, but it's done now. You guys saw that video too, and if you didn't, watch it. It's great. As for my guitar goal, I wanted to master 10 songs by the end of the year. That goal was misguided. I didn't quite yet understand the progression of guitar skill. Because even a moderate, like a intermediate guitarist might not have masterful ability to play one at least semi-complex, how did that word escape me? Semi-complex song. So, that said, I'm still a beginner, but my skill has increased substantially over what it was last year. There's a lot of work to be done still to get further in that regard, but I'll get to that. Credit card debt, eliminated, gone. I did it. I accomplished that goal in November. I'm very proud of myself. That took a lot of financial discipline, and my basement gym was kind of like my reward to myself after that, because all the overtime I was working before. Look at that dog in the background. She's so long. She is the longest dog. That's like her face, and that's the back of her legs. She's ridiculous. Anyway, I'd been working so much overtime throughout the year. You guys saw it. And, like, in December, I didn't have a credit card to put it on, so it's like, time to build that gym. I went on a vacation in April. It was great. I went on another one in November. The weather did not bode well, but it was still a lot of fun. I saw a lot of my childhood friends, because as many of you may know, I live in Atlanta, the Atlanta region, and I'm from Chicago, the Chicago region. People on both sides who are snobby be like, technically in the city, but those people are not cool. I wanted to start saving for a car. I instead got a car, and it wasn't quite the car I was hoping to get, but you know what? I spent a lot less money than I otherwise would have, so that's cool. And that does it for 2019. Overall, pretty damn successful year. Oh, I forgot to mention, programming and math. I touched on both a little bit, but it seems like whenever I just try to, it just bores me. Like, I can't get into it. And I want to continue trying in the future, but I'm not going to pressure myself to, because when I do so, it's like I have an internal resistance to said pressure. So I kind of need to wade in until maybe at some point I do find it interesting enough to compel me. That's just how it's going to be. You know, you try. Sometimes you have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. So what about 2020 goals, I hear you ask, or not? Well, let's start with fitness. I've put on a bit of weight. You guys can tell I'm a little bit fat. I've got a little gut right here going on. Getting rid of that. My goal by the end of the year is to be below 12% body fat, which should allow me to see some abs through my flesh. I care about that because I've never in my life had abs, and I want them, and I know I can get them. I want to deadlift 405 pounds. I want to squat 315. I want to bench 225. Same goals from last year, but I believe these are achievable numbers. The difference being, I have a gym 2 floors below me. So there's no reason I can't accomplish this. There's nowhere I have to go. There's no waiting for any equipment. I already have my first plan put together. It's going to be a 16-week plan. It's pretty solid. It's an intermediate level plan. And compared to the plan I did in 2015, which got me some great results, this one's a bit more comprehensive. I'm doing a lot more compound movements, a lot more often, and I have corrective movements, which I didn't back then. And I was like, my chest development kind of lagged behind everything else in 2015, and that's because I have a horrible nerd neck. My posture is shit. But I'm working on fixing that now, so I expect better results. This year I want to increase my level of handiness. I'm always very hesitant to do work around the house, even relatively simple shit like intimidates me, but I know if one man can do it, another can. So whether it be through reading books or looking at YouTube videos, there are a couple things around the house I still need to fix. I need to put insulation in the attic, which is going to be that's not really something that requires skill, but it's going to be a pain in the ass. The attic is not it's a small attic because I got those side knee wall attics over there. So I'll be crouched and probably just use one of those spray in machines to spray in the foamy stuff. And then I need to actually put some in the knee wall attics as well. There are a couple outlets that don't work, a couple others that are not grounded. I hate doing electrical work, but again, if I learn how to do it, it won't be so bad, and I'll save a lot of money. And just other stuff, too. I want to be able to work on my house. Not a bad goal to have, I don't think. One of my goals that I've already accomplished is build my home gym. I set the goal in December knowing that I was going to accomplish it, but I was like, you know what, let's start the year off on the right foot with a goal that I know is imminently going to be done. There are a few bits I need to add to it. I need to get straps, because those two bands I have are fraying and probably going to blow up and knock my eyeball out. I mean, as long as I'm wearing my glasses, it shouldn't be an issue, but bands, probably an air conditioning unit in that window. I want to kind of seal off that, not seal off, but differentiate that area of my basement from the garage. So that means putting a door in the path between the washer and dryer and the garage itself, as well as getting like some fiberboard and just covering up that side of the wall so that it is at least, if I do have an AC in there, it's not like just cooling the garage as well. A holder for the weights, and maybe eventually a pulling machine. But apart from that, my basement gym's pretty awesome. It's pretty complete. I'm very happy with it. By the end of the year, I want to attain intermediate guitar skill. Now, I think this is a more focused goal than the one I had last year, because it's to master 10 songs. Well, you can master 10 songs and not know what notes you're playing, not know what chords you're playing, do it by ear. I want to have an intermediate level of skill, which means I want to have not only memorized, but able to just recall the notes on the first 5 frets of each string. I can kind of do that now, but I have to think. I want to be able to effortlessly move between chords onto the guitar, which I'm getting better at, but I still have a lot of work. C in particular is really tough for me, but I'm, again, getting there. I can move between chords a lot faster than I could before. Masterfully play one moderately complex song. Now, that's kind of ambiguous, but I'll leave it at that. That's fine. But if I could do those things, and understand and implement the use of scales, because right now I know they exist and I know they're important, but I couldn't tell you why. So by the end of the year, if I can get those things accomplished, I'll be at like an intermediate level, I would say, or at least I watched a YouTube video and that was their thing. That's what they said you should be at if you're intermediate, so that's what I'm going to go for. And finally, financial goals. I just want to save. I need to start making savings. I'm going to owe on my taxes this year because I did last year, and Donald Trump sucks. And, rainy day fund. I have this, fear that everything's just going to be pulled out from under me. Like, the rug's going to just be whoop. But if I start making a rainy day fund, I don't have to worry about that. All in all, I'm in a fantastic place. I'm thankful for where I am. I'm happy about it. There are things I can improve, and there are things I will improve. And, it's just great. It doesn't... I don't know what else to say. I guess that's it for the video, huh? Thank you all for being here. As always, I can't believe this channel has been up almost 7 years now. God damn. And I've come a very, very long way since then, even if my subscriber base hasn't. Like I said, I don't care. It's all good. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!